Good day, everybody. It's Andrew here, and welcome back to my channel. So, we've got some groups talking about giving back pay for those $2,000 per month stimulus payments that Kamala Harris wanted to do during the pandemic. Remember, before Kamala Harris was vice president, this was before she was even the vice president nominee, she was pushing a plan to do $2,000 per month until the pandemic is over. Well, now we have some groups pushing to get that as back pay because inflation is getting even worse than it was before. So let's discuss the details, but before we jump into it, do me a quick favor, hit like, hit subscribe, and share this channel with anyone who you think might find this helpful. This is a community for seniors, and my job here is to be a voice for you and be a voice for seniors to make sure President Biden keeps his promise to increase Social Security benefits, increase SSI and SSDI, and even approve a stimulus check for seniors in this next stimulus package. So thank you so much for being a part of our community, and if you really want to support our work, subscribe to my second channel. The link to that is going to be in the comments of this video, and you can also become a member. If you want to become a member, you go to my YouTube page and click join right here in the middle right hand side, and this allows me to do this full time. It supports our community, and all it is a monthly donation, you guys showing your support, and what you get from that is you'll get shout outs. So members who become members to support our work, I shout you out on my videos, and then I also give you priority response to comments. So if you become a member, there's basically a 100% chance I'm going to respond to almost all of your comments. So thank you so much for your support. And with that said, let's jump right into it. First, let's do a quick update on daily trending news. Then we're going to talk about the fact that a lot of groups are pushing for back pay in this next stimulus package, which would give us back pay for those $2,000 per month payments that Kamala Harris was pushing for. See, a lot of people are saying, well, if Kamala Harris was pushing for this, right, before she was even vice president, then she ended up becoming vice president, why was this plan not brought up once again? Why didn't they push for this in the stimulus package, right? Kamala Harris said she wanted it. Then she became vice president. So why did it never come to fruition? Then we have groups saying, well, although it never came to fruition, let's do it now as back pay, right? With inflation getting worse, the pandemic's getting worse. Everybody knows what's happening with the holidays and infections going up even worse. So we'll talk about that in a minute, potential back pay. But first, let's do this quick update on daily trending news. So one thing that's trending is tax season, right? So with tax season around the corner, some people are going to be getting back paid stimulus payments. So if you never got the third stimulus check or you had a child this year, you're going to get these stimulus payments as back pay. Just make sure you file for them on your taxes. And one funny thing happening this year, it's really a trending thing right now, is the fact that the IRS published specific rules to claim illegal earnings, right? So if you did something illegal and made money, they want you to claim that on your taxes. It's kind of ridiculous, but this says if you robbed any banks this past year, the IRS wants to know about your earnings. Tax rules require that you report income even from illegal activities, and social media is suddenly having a field day over this. So this picture here is from the IRS.gov website, and it says you have to report illegal activities. Income from illegal activities, such as money from dealing illegal drugs, must be included in your income on Schedule 1, Form 1040. Stolen property, if you steal property, you must report its fair market value in your income in the year you steal it unless you return it to its rightful owner in the same year. So this is literally on the IRS's website. I can't make this stuff up, folks. I don't know where they got this from. I don't know if this is someone has a good sense of humor at the IRS or if they're serious. I mean, you shouldn't be doing illegal activities, but if you do, I really don't expect you to be reporting that on your taxes. So thought it was a little bit funny, but anyways, that's what's trending in the news, folks. Tax season's around the corner, and again, just a friendly reminder, if for some reason you didn't get the third stimulus check or you had a child, which would qualify for the stimulus check as well, you can file for that on your taxes, and you will be getting that as back pay. So, as far as getting the $2,000 per month stimulus payments as back pay, let's take a look at this and see exactly what this is about. Now, this article is titled, "Where's the Cash? Kamala Harris is slammed for lying after proposing $2,000 stimulus checks per month until the pandemic is over. Now, the reason a lot of people are upset is because Kamala Harris said, you know what? We need $2,000 per month because people are struggling during this pandemic. The rent is still due, inflation is getting worse, and the economy is recovering from this global crisis. Well, all of these things that Kamala Harris said, all of these issues that were the reason why she said we needed $2,000 per month checks, these issues have actually only gotten worse, right? Inflation has gotten worse. The pandemic has technically gotten worse. It felt like it got better for a while with the vaccines, and now it's gotten worse once again. We all know what's happening with this new variant and the holidays coming up. So a lot of people are saying, look, Kamala, did you really want $2,000 per month, or were you just saying this? Were you lying to the American people? Because quite frankly, if you really wanted this, why aren't you pushing for it now? You weren't vice president back then. You weren't even in the White House. Quite frankly, when she proposed that, she wasn't even chosen by President Biden to be his vice president nominee. So now that she is the vice president, people are saying, hey, you wanted $2,000 per month? Then put it on the table, Kamala Harris. Fight for the American people to get their $2,000 per month. And some groups are even saying, you know what? Make it back pay, right? It's been a year and a half. It's been about a year and a half, at least a year from when she proposed this. People say, hey, make it back pay. Because if you do back pay, that's going to be at least $24,000 in back pay, folks. So let's take a quick look and see what this article said. So in a tweet from May of 2020, so this is about a year and a half ago, she said, I am proposing $2,000 monthly stimulus payments throughout the pandemic and for 3 months after because rent and bills are still due during this crisis and people are going hungry. So Kamala Harris, I will tell you, is the rent still due? Yes, the rent is still due. Are people still struggling during this crisis? Yes, and people are still going hungry. And one of the key details here is that she said, I'm proposing $2,000 per month throughout the pandemic and for 3 months after. So she wanted to do this. It wasn't just like for 2020 or like a 6-month program. She wanted to do this until the pandemic was officially over and then for 3 more months. And folks, I'll tell you, we're not over with this pandemic. We're still in the thick of it. And as all reports are showing, things are only going to get worse over the next few months. So, Kamala Harris, if you really wanted the people to get $2,000 per month, now you're in a position of power. You're the vice president. Of course, people argue vice presidents do or don't have so much influence. But at the end of the day, she is President Biden's right-hand man or right-hand woman, right? So she is in a position where she has some influence. She could tell Biden, give the people $2,000 per month and even give the people $2,000 per month in back pay. See, we had a lot of groups saying that, you know what, at this point, based off of this program starting in May, which is when she proposed it, May of 2020, if you gave us back pay, she would owe us $38,000. So from the date of that tweet where Kamala Harris said that she was proposing $2,000 per month, if she gave us back pay, they would owe us $38,000 just for the back pay. And some people have been joking on Twitter saying, you know what, Kamala Harris, I have Zelle, I have Venmo, I have Cash App. Send me my $38,000 if that's really what you wanted to do for the American people. And she's getting a lot of flack for this, folks, because a lot of people are saying, you know what, maybe she didn't mean this. Maybe it was just, she was lying to the American people just to get nominated as vice president. And then as soon as she got in, she forgot about the $2,000 checks, right? Of course, they did the $1,400 checks, but it's nowhere near the $2,000 per month. So some groups are pushing Kamala Harris, saying, you know what, Kamala Harris, stick to your word, right? You say one thing, and then you do another. You're constantly changing your mind. And Kamala Harris is doing really bad in the polls, partially because of stimulus, partially because her personality issues. People just don't tend to like her. She doesn't really have a warm personality or a charismatic personality. But some experts say that if she wants to fix her poll numbers, come out vocally and say, you know what? We want to do the $2,000 checks per month, and we want to do back pay for the last 16 to 18 months that we promised originally. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, folks. Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think we should have back paid stimulus payments for the $2,000 per month? I mean, quite frankly, the reasons she gave are still true today. They're actually even more true than before. People are struggling to put food on the table. People are struggling to pay their rents. Seniors are scared to go back to work, and quite frankly, they should be. Seniors are the most high risk for this illness. And then we have people who don't want to go back to work because, quite frankly, they don't want to risk their lives for a paycheck. And I don't blame them, right? I don't blame them whatsoever. So there's a push for back pay for these $2,000 per month stimulus payments. And the Senate is set to come back in session next week. So if we have any developments with this story, I will keep you posted as things develop. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to let you know if we get more details. Maybe Kamala Harris will address it. Maybe she'll try and ignore it. But either way, I will keep you posted as things develop on this story. So just imagine the amount of help you would get, guys. $2,000 per month, even especially if it was back pay. Gosh, imagine a $38,000, even if it was $10,000. Even if they just said, you know what, we're going to give you back pay for this year, 2021, which is basically what they did for the monthly stimulus payments for families with kids. They're giving families monthly payments for the 6 months from, I think, July to December of 2021. Then when they do their taxes, the families are going to get back pay for the first 6 months of payments. So families with kids are getting back pay. Why shouldn't seniors get back pay for this $2,000 per month? And folks, let me know in the comments if you agree. Again, I'll keep you posted if we get more information on this story. Now, a lot of people are saying that Chuck Schumer has a new plan to try and avoid Mitch McConnell and Joe Manchin from blocking the stimulus package. Now, a lot of this has to do with changing the filibuster rules. So, the filibuster rules have been changed many times throughout history. A lot of people know that Mitch McConnell changed the rules so Republicans could appoint Supreme Court judges. This has led to one of the most conservative Supreme Courts ever in the United States. Then President Obama and his Senate Majority Leader at the time, Harry Reid, they did this to do things during the Obama administration. They changed the filibuster rules. They didn't eliminate the filibuster. We were always hearing things like eliminate the filibuster, which sounds extreme. Some people love that. Some people hate that. But either way, it is an extreme thing to do. No one's going to do that. They're not going to completely eliminate the filibuster. But they eliminate it for certain things. Like Mitch McConnell eliminated it to appoint Supreme Court justices. Obama did it for certain things as well. And now Chuck Schumer is floating the idea of saying, you know what? We're going to eliminate the filibuster rule when it comes to stimulus. Imagine that. Imagine if Democrats could just do 50 votes without needing to use budget reconciliation. That's a different thing. They can only do that once or twice a year. It's a very complicated process, but they could do a standalone bill for a stimulus package with just 50 votes if they changed the filibuster rule that didn't let it apply to stimulus packages. So this is something Chuck Schumer is considering. Quite frankly, this would change everything. This would be amazing because doing it through a budget reconciliation only requires 50 votes, but the process is extremely complicated because they only can do it once or twice a year. So what happens is every Democrat wants to include a million things, right? Because they only get one chance a year to do it. So they're like, all right, let's load everything up. Then we get Joe Manchin who walks in and says, we can't do all this stuff in one package. It's crazy. So a standalone stimulus package would make it easy. This would create a situation where Democrats could do a bunch of standalone stimulus bills. Like, all right, we're going to do checks for seniors. That's one bill on its own, and Joe Manchin can vote for that, and we'll get the 50 votes. All right, we're going to do monthly stimulus checks for families. That'll be a standalone bill. So it'll create a situation where Democrats could do piecemeal deals and then have multiple chances to keep doing smaller stimulus packages, if that kind of makes sense. So this is something Chuck Schumer is considering. Again, I'll keep you posted as things develop. This could be huge for the stimulus package. And this is something he's taking from Barack Obama's playbook, as his Senate Majority Leader at the time, Harry Reid, did this to help Obama pass things during his administration. So again, I'll keep you posted as things develop on potential monthly stimulus checks, potential back pay for those stimulus checks, and the potential for Chuck Schumer to change the filibuster rule to allow more stimulus packages to be approved more easily. Now, to end this video, I'm going to leave you with a clip describing what exactly President Obama did with his Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid to change the filibuster rules, and this is something that Chuck Schumer is considering himself. So if you'd like to stick around, This is actually a pretty interesting video, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, I'll keep you posted as things develop. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you really want to support our work, consider becoming a member. All you have to do is click on the link in the comments of this video and hit join on my YouTube channel. That's going to support my work, and it really allows me to do this full time, and I'll give you shout outs on my channel, thanking you for supporting our work, and you'll get priority response to comments, so we'll always respond to your comments on our videos. So with that said, folks, let's watch this clip. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video.
And is now fighting for working families all across America, and that's your Senate Majority Leader, Harry Reid.
Then President Obama discussing the now late Senator Harry Reid, who passed away on Tuesday at the age of 82, taking up the leadership of the Senate Democratic Caucus. He was a minority and majority leader and did that for over a decade. He sometimes used that bully pulpit to try to just stop Republican onslaughts, like George Bush's proposal to privatize Social Security, a plan that proved unpopular and didn't happen. In the Obama era, it was Reid who pushed through what at the time was considered potentially controversial stimulus spending after the financial crisis. He passed a type of Wall Street reform that remains both in law but also debated to this day. And in the legacy that perhaps may matter to the largest number of people in the United States, he, along with President Obama, was key to ever making Obamacare law. Now, he had a pretty low-key style in public while also knowing how to really use the levers of power, and he was considered effective.
But anybody who knows Harry knows he is made of strong stuff. This is one tough guy.
Strong stuff, said Barack Obama, and in their friendship and political alliance, you could also see a kind of a different model for political strength, a type of strength that works through results, not through bluster and yelling and so much of what we've come to expect on the public stage. Are there lessons here for Democrats in the current Biden era with a lot of controversies, you follow the news, so I bet you've noticed, centered on the United States Senate and its weird and sometimes antiquated rules? And how do you get things done? Harry Reid cut deals and, in that soft-spoken way you just heard, found ways to get results. He did everything he had to do to get his caucus together on Obamacare at a time when it was not as popular as it proves in today's polling. He worked with moderates, including someone who was sort of the Manchin of his day. You may recall the guy, Ben Nelson, who was also a Dem in a red state, but he would also, Reid would get on board with progressives like Bernie Sanders. When Republicans obstructed Obama nominees, Reid was the one who said, fine, I'll call your bluff. I have the power. I'll change the rules. That ended a type of filibuster, not all of them. The current Democratic leader, Schumer, now says this about a similar fight.
He saw what was happening to the Senate. And there was a group of people on the hard right who gained ascendancy on the other side of the aisle. And they decided to tie it in a knot. And he said that shouldn't happen. And his views evolved. And, he was a strong advocate of changing the rules of the Senate, which I hope we carry with us forward in the next few weeks.